Hello again, everyone. This is a video covering what is non-payable store credit and how do I use it in Liberty. There are situations where you may want to give a consignor store credit that can only be used in the point of sale towards a purchase. This non-payable money can never be paid out by cash or check. Anytime a store can pay a consignor out using the value of inventory that is already in the store, it's usually a preferable outcome. We are going to start in the Liberty inventory module. The first thing we are going to do is add a non-payable credit transaction, and then a non-payable deduction transaction. We do this by going to Setup, Maintain, Transaction Types. Then we click the Add button. Here we are going to create our non-payable credit. For description, you can use whatever you want to use to describe the transaction type. In this example, I am going to type in non-payable store credit for the description. For the transaction type, this will be a credit as we are adding non-payable money to the account. For GL account type, you can use any of the options listed in the dropdown. In this example, I am going to use Other Expense. For the GL account, you can copy whatever you used for your description. The payable checkmark box must be unchecked to indicate this is a non-payable credit going on the account. Make sure the active checkmark box is set and then click the OK button. Now we want to click the Add button to add our non-payable deduction. For this example transaction, I'm going to type in non-payable SC deduction in the description field. Then, the transaction type should be set as deduction. For GL account type, you can select whichever option meets your criteria. For this example, we are going to use Other Income. For GL account, you can copy what you used in the description field. Make sure to uncheck the payable box and then make sure the active box remains checkmarked. Finally, click the OK button. Then click OK again. We can now open up any non-retail account from your account list. Navigate to the Transactions tab. Here's where we can see all the transactions that make up a client account's obligation. Every non-retail account can have two pools of money to draw from: payable and non-payable money. To figure out how much non-payable money you have on the account, you can subtract total payable from total owed. This will work as long as you do not have a pay delay or held transactions. You will notice you have some very useful checkmark boxes at the top of the Transactions tab. The first box is Show Only Open Transactions. This box shows all transactions that have not been closed out or paid out and can be used in conjunction with the other two boxes. The second box is Show Only Payable Transactions. This box, when checked, shows all transactions that are associated with money that can be paid out via cash and check payouts. Note that payable money can also be used towards a client's point-of-sale purchases, but if there is non-payable money on the account, it will be prioritized. The third box is Show Non-Payable Transactions. When checked, this option will show you all transactions that only pertain to non-payable money on the account. If we want to add non-payable money to the account, you would simply click on the Add Money button at the top. Then for transaction type, select the non-payable credit transaction you created. For description, type in why you are giving this account non-payable store credit. Then finally, for the amount, type in how much you would like to give the account in non-payable store credit. You will notice that when you do this, total owed will go up by the amount you added, but total payable will remain the same. Now, if we want to deduct non-payable money from the account, you must use the non-payable store credit deduction you created. You cannot use a payable deduction to remove non-payable money from the account. It can simply put your payable balance in the negative. To deduct this non-payable money, click on the Deduct Money button. Then select your non-payable store credit deduction transaction you created earlier. Just like with credit you added earlier, you are going to type in why you are deducting the non-payable money from this account. Then type in the amount you wish to deduct from the account and click OK. You will notice that total owed is now back down to what it was originally. And that's all there is to non-payable money in accounts. One more thing to note is that there is an option in the point of sale to allow refunds to store credit to always be non-payable. To turn this on, we can go to the Liberty point of sale. Then click on More and sign into the software. We then click on Setup. and then sign in again. On the left-hand side, we click on the Store Credit menu option. And then for Store Credit refunds, make sure the non-payable radio button is selected. And you're done. You can now return back to the inventory module. With all of this new knowledge, you can now use another feature in Liberty called Reconcile Accounts. This feature allows you to either convert old money that has been sitting on accounts to non-payable money. This feature also allows you to opt out of converting the money to non-payable, instead allowing you to remove the money from the accounts entirely. To learn more about this very powerful feature in Liberty, please view the following video on how to reconcile balances on older accounts in Liberty. Thank you for watching this video on what is non-payable store credit and how do I use it in Liberty.